Good morning, everyone. So it's 6:25 right now, 6:25 in the morning, and I got a shift. I've got let me see, I've got a 4-hour shift that starts from 6:45 to 10:45 in the morning, and today I want to walk you guys through what this feels like for me. So I just woke up and I'm headed to the station. I have about 25 minutes to get to the station. Hang on, safety first. So what usually happens is I have about 15 minutes to drive to this station, and today I have about 20 minutes, so that's pretty good. What you want to do is you want to get there before 5 minutes. They usually give you 5 minutes of a window time for you to sign in. For example, if your shift starts at 6:45, you have until 6:50 for you to finish the sign up process. But if you're watching this and you're doing Amazon Flex, you probably already know it. If you're planning to sign up for Amazon Flex, I'm just giving you a heads up. You have a 5-minute window. If you don't sign in those 5 minutes, then you get a line through your shift, meaning your shift is canceled. So I have an early morning block. Thank God here on the East Coast it's starting to lighten up. We have daytime daylight saving tomorrow. It's this night into Sunday tomorrow. So anyway, that's what it is. I'm gonna walk you guys through what a shift looks like for me. A 4-hour shift looks like for me. Best pay, very shitty, very bad. The best pays went down tremendously. So this is a 4-hour shift, morning shift, and it's just $89, $88. So barely making it. So they slashed the pay way below. Okay, so first things first, I want to drive your attention to, I have one package to return. So what happened with this package, I worked in the middle of Boston last evening, had a 4-hour shift still. This box was supposed to go to a university in the middle of Boston, and their mailbox was closed by the time I got there. So I got there at around 6 something, and their mailbox closes at 5. And I don't know why Amazon Flex has not figured that out yet. I think they have complex technology to make us run all around, but they don't have the technology to sort us and make us go to places sometimes in time. For example, if you know that this business closes at 5, I don't know why they would send you there at 6, 7. Also, they sometimes end up sending us in the middle of night, like at 3 in the morning, you at a university or whatever that does not have any way of receiving the packages from you. So I have this package to return this morning. And what usually happens if you have a package to return, you could either return that package right after your shift, or what happens is you may return it the next day. You have until 10 in the morning to return that package. So for me, I'm well way in the time. Now, if you're new, if you do not return that package either after your shift or the next day at 10 in the morning, then you get a ding on your profile. It means your account is getting affected for returning that thing past time. And if you have about 3 or 4 of those, then you get deactivated. So you may want to look out for that if you're just starting out. So that's it. I'm giving you guys a heads up. I'll show you what my route looks like after I receive it. They've been killing me these days. You're going to see how a 4.5 hour or a 4-hour shift is sometimes not worth it for $88. So I'll give you an update. For now, let's go into the station and see where they're sending me. Oh, also one other thing before you go. If you are new here, I want you to know that you cannot predict where you're gonna end up, where they're gonna send you. So you just show up and they give you your shift and you don't know where you're gonna end up. So after you receive it, you scan the shift route, is where you know where you're going to be sent. And so it goes back to the video I made about 2 years or 3 years ago, that if you are just starting this out and you're not very confident with where you want to drive, for example, people who live in Massachusetts don't want to drive into the middle of Boston Boston City downtown. If you're not conversant with that, if you're not comfortable with driving into places like that, you may want to start out with something that is going to keep you in your region. For example, DoorDash, all right, or Uber Eats, that you can actually control where you're going. Because with this Amazon Flex, you cannot control where you're going. Like right now, I'm going in, but I cannot control where they're going to send me. I don't know even where they're going to send me. I have remotely no idea where they're going to send me. I just know it's a 4-hour shift and it's going to be a killer. That's it. So stay tuned. I'll show you what happens and where they send me. And we're going to walk through it all the way to the end, step by step. So I'll be back in a jiffy. So we're leaving the station right now, and I just got all my howl. You can see it in the back. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of it. Let me see. Yeah, you can see how I usually put stop 1 to 20 here in the front seat, and then I put the rest of them in the back. So what happens is we've got 32 stops and more than 50 packages. So a lot of packages, you can see, but my car can handle it. So what's gonna go ahead and happen, they've sent us about 35 minutes away. It's 25 miles, 35 minutes away from here. But here's the kicker, here's the good thing about this shift, is that they've sent us in a place that is not a city. So it's mostly a residential area. We're going to Plymouth, Massachusetts. A little bit of connection problems there, but at least it's a very good place. I love delivering in residential areas more than city areas because of the obvious reasons. First of all, there's going to be access. Most of these houses are going to have driveways where you could even just drive into their driveway and, you know, unload your package and then just leave, which is not the same as the city areas where you have access problems. You have to go to high rises, you have to go inside buildings, security, whatever. When it comes to places like residential areas, like where we're going right now, it's usually a smooth ride. Live along, there's not going to be much traffic. That one is a guaranteed, but there's always access. You have even somebody's driveway in case you want to go in, you know. So that's a good thing. This looks like it's going to be a very good shift, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. 30 packages. Let's see how long it can also take us to accomplish it. So we're starting to drive away from the station at around 7:05 in the morning. And let's see what time we're going to be done with this shift. It's supposed to be 4 hours. So usually what happens is if they give you a relatively easier shift, you could do it in less than even the 4 hours they gave you. But if it's relatively harder, you could even have an hour added to your time that you're supposed to be finishing. So let's go ahead and do this, guys.
1 mile, keep right to take the exit 13 towards Plymouth Center.
So here we are, we got into Plymouth, and let's go ahead and start unloading our packages. So we're just 2 minutes away from the first package, and that's pretty good. So it's been about 30 minutes since I left the station, and managed to make it here in less than 35 minutes. So what happens is that was a good ride because there's no traffic, and it's a weekend. Of course, it's always better to drive around the weekend because of no traffic, but also the place in which I've come is really good for this. So I made it to the first drop off, and you can see beautiful place to do work, this type of work. This is gonna be these apartments here, I think. Yeah, this is gonna be these, you know, homes here. And I've been here about 100 times now, so I know exactly what to do. And that's also another thing, by the way. If you keep doing this job, it will reach a point that whatever they send you, it feels so familiar, like you've been there yesterday. You know, after some time you'll have buildings that you will go to over and over and over again that it will feel like you're doing it every day. The other thing too is you will realize that it's the same people who are doing this thing. So when you're doing Uber Eats, when you're doing DoorDash, when you're doing Amazon Flex, it will always be the same suspects. No matter what town you go to, it will always be the same people using these services. And so I've been to this building multiple times, and they have a little leasing office here. You could see this where it says Clubhouse. And yeah, I've been in here multiple times. No hassle. You just go in and out, drop off your shit, and you could leave. Oh, look at this. So somebody left stuff right there at the front door. Look at it. That is a Clubhouse. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe they were in here at 3 in the morning. Yeah, because look, Clubhouse is open at 9 to 5. If I could zoom in and just see this. So it's open 9 to 5, and they'll definitely send you here at 3 in the morning. And that's why people end up doing that. You can see those packages right there at the front door. It's not advisable, but sometimes, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, you know, it is what it is. But here's our first package, and I'll be back, guys. I'll be back when I'm halfway, and I'll also be back when it's close to the end, and I'll let you know what times I did and what it felt like. So thank you again, and stay tuned for the next update. So we're midway. You could see that's package number 17 right there, but I just want to bring your attention to this. Look what I got, guys. So there is some houses or some places that you could go to, and they'll have a little bit of a snack for you. I just found this one house that put out snacks for drivers, and they said we should enjoy ourselves, so I got one of those. And look, you get to see turkey on the road. Beautiful, beautiful. This is what it is. So this is package number 17, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm gonna be having about 16 more packages to deliver. Exactly at 2 hours, because it's 9. It's exactly 9, and if we started at 7ish when we left we started at 7 when we left the station. Right now it's 9. So those are perfectly 2 hours. So I'm pretty sure in the next 1 hour we may be done with this, and boom, that will be, you know, the end of it. So you'll have finished all the 4 hours. But I'll be back again towards the end. I just wanted to check in at the mid section here, and also let you know that I actually found a house that had snacks for me. There's gonna be these two. So look at this. This is a private road or something, but it's all dirt. It's an unpaved road, and I'm just going, you know, you can imagine if they sent you right here at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, that would be a little scary, or at 9, 10 p.m. But thank God I came here and it's daytime. It looks actually beautiful during daytime. So let's go ahead and do this one. This is package number 29. Here we go, guys. So we finally on the last one.
On Wisteria Run.
Let me put this down a little bit. We finally on the last one now. So you could see the time right now is 10:10, and we're supposed to be ending at 10:45. So this is about, what, 10 minutes away? No, actually it's 7 minutes away. So this means that we're gonna be finishing it a little before time, which is a good thing. But you could always go through a 4-hour shift and you use 3.5 hours, 3 hours every once in a while when you lock out. And sometimes, depending on the place where they pushed you, it could push a little bit past the time you're supposed to end. I usually finish all my packages that I can, and that's how you do it. So this is bringing us to the conclusion. It was a successful shift, I should say. I started it, I had 100 miles on the car, and right now it has 35 miles on the car. So we did it under 100 miles, and we're gonna have about 35 miles to drive back into my city. So it means that with 100 miles I finished or I accomplished a 4-hour shift, and that is luck. Sometimes they will send you 50 miles away, just one way to drive before you even start delivering the packages. So you will have 100 miles just to drive to and from the place. It happens all the time. So if I could do the entire 4-hour shift in only 100 miles, then that's a good thing. That is, it looks much, but it's a good thing. And so that brings us to the conclusion of that, talking about getting an EV, so I could do this on an electric vehicle where I charge overnight, and then I could have enough miles for me to do a shift or two for the day. So I'm looking at probably getting, even if it's not a very long range mile electric car, probably I'll be in a better position. That way I can eliminate the gas prices and everything. So that's it, guys, and I am glad you watched. If you haven't watched, please if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm back on this channel, and I will be presenting a lot for you guys here. It's gonna be a drive with me. Every once in a while I'll be recording this for you guys. All right, thank you again for watching.